had to rush over here.
Are you about to go live?
Sorry, sir.
All right. And then hook me up one more time. Well, just refill me a little bit. Not too much. On both. Ginger ale and what's your name? Hey, Shalom. We are Isupk, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Under Commander General Yohana. I'm Priest and Officer Don Diala. This is the Wednesday night law class. If you got any questions pertaining to the law, you can ask them, or any questions pertaining to just anything, you can ask them. So right now I'm gonna open the floor before I get into the topic. Any questions in the room? You had a question? Go ahead, brother.
Yes. How come Esau wants us to overwork us, but then tell us that we can have rest on the fake day, which is not the real Sabbath, the Sunday, but not on Saturday? Like, why is that?
Right. So why Esau wants to overwork us, and they want to give us off on the Sabbath, which they believe is Sunday. Well, not give us off.
But then make us have off on the fake day versus Sunday.
Right. They don't want to give us off on the actual Sabbath, but they will be willing to give us off on the fake Sabbath. Right. Let's go to you got an apocrypha? Here go one. And you need a Bible too?
Yes.
Nakar gonna get you one. The water. So go to 2 Maccabees chapter 6 verse 1. That's where we're gonna read from. And could you grab the brother Bible if we got an extra one? I think the water.
Is in the Old or New Testament that the
Apocrypha Old Testament.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. If you get a Bible compact dictionary or a Bible pictorial dictionary, you can look up the chronological. I'm gonna always get this word tongue twisted. Chronological. How you say that? Chronological. Or however. Go ahead.
So like, sir, it's okay. We all have that. We all study something. That's fine.
Yeah, I always get to
chronological order.
Say it again.
Chronological order.
Chronological order of the Bible, and it'll show you the Apocrypha is the Old Testament. Like when you look up stories like Bel and the Dragon, story of Susanna, those are. You said is it in there?
Yeah.
No, because that's you could get it in the 1611. The 1611 King James 1611. Would you got that on your phone?
Yeah.
So then, yep, it should be a part of it. 2 Maccabees, right? So when you look up the chronological order of the Bible and stories like Bel and the Dragon and all those stories is the end of like one of those, like the Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon and the Apocrypha belong after the Songs of Solomon. That's the Old Testament. Solomon was the Old Testament. Bel and the Dragon, I believe, is the ending of Daniel. That was a part of Daniel that they took out. Ecclesiastical, and the Apocrypha is written by what's the brother name? One of the disciples. I mean, one of the scribes of
Is it from? So like, is it from like the 4 brothers that had 12 tribes of sons, or no?
Nah. One of them. Okay, it's Ecclesiasticus is comes from. Can't even tell you. No. Hold on. Yeah. Salakia, forgive me. Let me look this up real quick because I got it right here. Ecclesiastical. Comes from a brother named Jesus, but not Jesus. You gotta remember, Jesus Yahushua in the New Testament, he wasn't the first one with that name. You got 2 other brothers that had the name before him. You got Ecclesiasticus, the brother that wrote Ecclesiasticus, his name was Jesus. And who else's name was Jesus in the Old Testament? Nope. He got a book. A book named after him.
Ecclesiastic Islam.
Oh,
The
shit.
prologue of the
Oh, you saying who Christ was? Or you saying
No, hold on. Yeah. Who in the Old Testament have a book named after them that was named? I'm saying it the way I'm saying it to y'all. That was named Jesus.
Hosea?
Nope.
Joseph?
Nope. Joseph don't got a book named after him.
So I don't know. I wouldn't know.
Joseph don't got a book named after. Somebody got a book named after them. All right. Here's what I'm gonna do. Somebody got a book named after them that if you translate the name, if you translate it from English, from English to Hebrew, it's going to say Yahushua. But if you translate Yahushua into English, that's what that name means in English.
You said Old Testament?
Mm-hmm.
So, question: when we say Yahweh, Shai Mashiach, what does that mean? Like, what does it mean in English when we say it in Hebrew?
Okay, we're saying technically we're saying Jesus Christ. Mashiach means Christ. The meaning of the name is the meaning of the name is, and hold on, and I'm gonna get a precept to back up this statement I just made too. The meaning of the name mean Christ mean what?
Savior. Christ
No,
Savior.
Savior. The Savior Mashiach means anointed one.
Is it Joshua? Come on, man.
It's Joshua.
Joshua sure was saving us by any means necessary. What you looking for, sir?
I'm about to get this precept.
Sir, I got the second Maccabees verse 6.
All right, hold that real quick.
If I could, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick. So guess how much they charging people for this book right here?
How
They
much?
charging people $300 for this book. I got this book, how much? I think for like $10, $15, $20. Now they're charging people $300 something on the internet for it. Because it's talking about the Jews not being white, but actually being black. And it's written by a white man. So I can keep it down. You got questions? Too low, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, you want me to read the precept?
Oh no, hold on.
If I could, sir, can I do a shameless plug? So everybody, if you're in the class, this Sunday we're gonna be having a brunch here in the Philadelphia school. You understand? Come, just give a donation, whatever you can give. We're gonna have chicken and waffles, strong drink, games, karaoke. You understand? We're doing a raffle here on Sunday, starting at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. We're gonna be doing it big. You understand? Officer Daniela will be in the building. Mr. Top 3 himself. You know what I mean? Captains, officers, assistants, we all gonna be here, man. You understand? You might not even be in the school, but still pull up, man. Come have some time with your brothers and sisters, man. It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this Sunday.
Damn, where is that goddamn precept? I hate doing this. Hold on.
Yeah, you got a phrase for it? I might help find it.
I know it's. Hold up, let me see. I know exactly what I'm about to do.
That showed me how to get precepts fast.
All right, bear with me. How many people we got online?
You got a good amount.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna find it. Just select it. And can you cut that heat off, Bubba Kashaw? Bacon.
Like project, you know?
Yeah, I'm baking in this John. Select it. All right. So I'm gonna find that precept by the end of class. Select it. So all right, so read what you got. So this goes to the question that you asked, why they would give you off the fake Sabbath, but won't give you off the real Sabbath. So this is why. Read 6 and 1.
3, 6, and 1.
Chapter 6, verse 1.
Oh, come on. In the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 1. Not long after this, the king sent an old man of Athens to compel their father. Oh, I'm so sorry. Somebody.
Yeah, no, you good.
Compelled the Jews to depart from the laws of their fathers.
Read that one more time.
This is the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 6. Verse 1, sorry. Not long after this, king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the laws of their fathers.
Now the king set this man up to help depart the Jews from the laws of their father. Let me see. Hold on. We had Ecclesiasticus. No. We had 2 Maccabees 6 and 6. 6 and 1. The king sent forth an old man to compel the Jews to depart the laws of their father. Read on.
The laws of their fathers, and not to live after the laws of God.
He set somebody up to compel the Jews to not live after the laws of their father, not live after the laws of God. They set somebody up. Meaning what? They put somebody in charge to help make sure the Jews don't keep the laws. And they do that as of today. Your Christian pastors, all your religious leaders. When an atrocity happens, what happens is they go and find someone who the black community looks up to. And they make him get on TV and say something he knows goes against the black community. And matter of fact, in the car, I'm gonna send you this clip, right? That a brother sent me. I'm gonna have you play this because this actually goes into the topic.
So, sir, do you want me to read the second verse too?
Yep, we're gonna read all the way down. I'm about to send it to you. I'll send it to your Facebook, Nagar. Yeah, go ahead, read on.
I've seen this before.
You seen that? Yeah, go ahead, read on. Read verse 2.
This is the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 2. And to blow it also the temple in Jerusalem.
To pollute the temple of Jerusalem.
And to call in the temple of Jupiter. What's that next?
Olympus.
Yeah, Olympus. And that in Garmeses of Jupiter, the defender of strangers, as they did desire that dwelt in the place.
Man, they try to set somebody up to even have them pollute the temple where we go to pray. where we made sacrifices. They set somebody up to do this. All this is on purpose. Jesse Jackson, Jay-Z, all of them. When something happened, there's no coincidence that they're coming out to speak on it, to go against how black people are feeling. Right? So black people are feeling certain ways because of an event that took place. They feel like the only person that can make them calm down and not riot is this person. Go ahead. Yep.
Can I show the class?
Yeah. Matter of fact, yeah, we're gonna pull a picture up. I got it. We just gonna pull a picture up. Most High Christ, the water. So what happens is they get somebody who they know can calm the people down. And that's on purpose. That is on purpose. They do that for a reason. Read on.
Dwell in that place. This is the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 3. The coming in of this mischief was sore and grievous to the people.
Yeah, like this that was happening was very bad for the people. Because once the people would do something, they would set it up to where as though they get someone that's of high stature to come in and change the people's mind. Damn. You know, Jesse Jackson just said this, maybe we gotta listen. Jay-Z just said this, maybe we gotta listen. Creflo Dollar said this, maybe we gotta listen. So now in their mind, the way we're feeling, we shouldn't feel like this. We're wrong for feeling like this, and not the person that did something is wrong for doing it. That was bad, because now that opens the people up to be accepting to more stuff that happens. So read on.
This is the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 4. For the temple was filled with riot and revealing by the Gentiles who dwelled in hartels and had to do with women within the critic.
The circus of the holy places. The temple was filled with riots and reveling. Who know what reveling is?
Is it oppression?
Nope.
Say it one more time, sir.
Reveling. It said the temple was filled with riots and reveling.
Like gossip?
Nope. Let's look it up. Go ahead.
Is it anything like was everything falling apart?
Nah. Nope. Not with reveling. It was filled with riots and reveling. This is what the temple was filled with. So picture somebody in the temple, or people in the temple, and it's filled with riots and reveling. So,
like evil doing?
but it's definitely evil doing, but it's a certain kind of evil doing. Let's look it up. Nope, let's look it up. Let's look it up.
I'm trying to go with my first mind. So I remember we went over this.
Yeah, before. You got the definition?
Yeah, I looked it up. Reveling. Grandeur or present, practical, or rebelling.
Of rebelling?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any more definitions after that?
Yeah, that's what I forget.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoying oneself in a lively and noisy way, especially with drinking and dancing.
That's what I want.
They was having orgies?
Reveling. Meaning they was in there doing whatever the hell they want. They was drinking, having fun, having sex. They was doing what one wanted to do. Drinking, eating whatever the hell they wanted to eat, whether it was abomination. And they was in there having sex. That's what they was doing in the temple. They was in there rioting and reveling. They was in there fighting and doing whatever the hell they wanted. Read on.
Reveling by the Gentiles who run with the harlots and had to do with women within the critic of holy places.
Meaning harlots, what's a harlot? A harlot is a whore. They was dealing with whores inside the temple. They wasn't accepting that. Just like UPK, you a whore, you ain't allowed to come in here. Can you change? Yes. But you can't come in here as a whore and remain a whore. You got to become a new person. I mean, you come in here, once you become a new person, whatever you did before means nothing. You're no longer a whore. But we're not letting someone come in here who's a whore and she just want to come in here and learn and be a part, but she just don't want to change and get a Hebrew name. Nah, that's not the place for that. There's other Israelite groups for that. This is not the one. We're not accepting no whores. We're not accepting drug dealers, potheads, cigarette smokers, crackheads. None of that, man. We understand you could come in here like that, but you're not going to remain that way. The Most High requires you to change. And when he requires you to change, you can't be dealing with harlots. Nah, ain't how the Lord do. Read on. Harlots, yeah. Read on.
And had to do with women within the critic of the holy places, and besides that brought in things that were not lawful.
And they brought in things that was not lawful. They brought in food that wasn't lawful. They brought in sin that wasn't lawful. Come on, man. That's what they was doing. This is all that was happening in the temple. Now, hold on. Hold your point real quick. Why was this happening in the temple? Let's see who's paying attention. All this was happening in the temple. Why was it happening in the temple, Nakar? So we was under captivity, but why wasn't it going down in the temple? Like for an example, like we under captivity now. Yeah. But it ain't happening here. So why was it happening in the temple?
Our leaders that was over us, they didn't enforce the law.
Yeah, they made it seem cool to do that. Because the king who was set above the people, what'd he do? He went and got old men who they knew the Jews would listen to. Set him up to let certain things pass. And because he was saying certain things was cool, a lot of stuff was happening in the temple that shouldn't have been. Go ahead, yeah, Jane up.
Oh, yeah. So why did they do all those things in the temple?
Because the king set men over them who made them feel like it was cool. Like, can you imagine following something and then your leader coming out saying, we don't got to keep the law. It's actually wrong if we keep the law because we're under grace. That's going to make, like, who said it? Was it Creflo Dollar? Who said it was, he said it was wrong to keep the law. Mm-hmm. Because we're under grace, you have to break the law. You have to. So you know what that means? You have to have sex in his church. That's against the law to do that in the temple. But because we're under grace, you can have sex in his church and be cool. Go ahead.
Is that why your dumb Christian pastor always tells you that's okay to have, like, be a whore and stuff like that?
Yep, that's exactly why. Read on.
This is the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 5. The altar also was filled with profane things, which the law forbidden.
Read that one more time.
This is the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 5. The altar also was filled with profane things, which the law forbidden.
Man, it was filled with profane things that the law forbid. Read.
Come. This is the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 6. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient fast, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew.
This goes in right to your question. It is not lawful. It wasn't lawful, and it still ain't lawful for the Jews to keep the Sabbath or to even profess himself to be a Jew. Kanye West, who is a Jew. Kyrie Irving, who is a Jew. Nick Cannon. The list goes on and on. When they profess their self as being a Jew, they get treated as if they broke the law. Because it's not lawful to say you're a Jew. It's not lawful for you to keep the Sabbath. Why? Because the Jews, or the people who claim they self to be Jews, are the only ones who are allowed to not do nothing on the Sabbath. So with that being said, if you come in and say you want off the Sabbath because you a Jew, they're not supposed to, Most High Christ the water. They're not supposed to honor that. It's unlawful. So when you get on TV and say, hey, black people are the real Jews, like I seen an interview where Carmelo Anthony, he said, yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the 12 tribes of Israel being the chosen people of God. Let's talk about it. Ooh, that's probably in the NBA on the NBA team. Yeah, Carmelo Anthony said that in the interview. He said that last year, and he's not on the NBA team. He put a bandana on his head like he was wrapping his head up. He got on the interview, and somebody in the comments said the 12 lost tribes of Israel, exactly what the hell he was talking about. And now he's not on the NBA team. It's not lawful, Most High Christ, the water. It's not lawful to say you're a goddamn Jew in this society. Now, with that being said, I walk into my slave and I say, listen, I want off on the Sabbath. I'm an Orthodox Jew. I want off on the Sabbath so I can further my priesthood. And they don't want to get me off? No sweat. I need this job. No sweat. Guess what? I'm a word. But you better be scared for what the Lord got in store for you for not giving me off on the Sabbath. What the Lord got in store for you, you should be scared for not. The best thing that could have happened to you was to give me off on the Sabbath. Because you didn't, I asked you, and you got me in here every Saturday, Friday night, Saturday, working on the Sabbath when I want to keep the Sabbath. You should be scared what's going to happen to you. Go ahead, brother. You got to say that.
So, yeah, that's my question. But is that why Esau thinks it's wrong for us so-called Jews, which are the real Jews, to say no to us, but then say yes to the white man that's thinking to be a Jew?
Here's the thing about the so-called oppressor that's at your slave. He's following protocol. He don't know a goddamn thing. He's being told what can fly and what could and what can't fly. So when you ask for off, when you ask to get off, someone is telling him no. So he's telling you no. It's company policy. You want to know why he ain't giving you off? Because you don't have a yarmulke on your head and you don't have the things on you. He don't know. Now, he don't know that the 12 lost tribes of Israel are blacks, Hispanics. He's a goddamn supervisor at a whatever place. He's not up there with the people who actually know. So you tell him you a Jew, he's not looking at it like, oh, he know who he is. Let me stop him. No, he's an idiot who don't know that you are the real Jew. And he's just not going to give you off because he don't believe you. But that was a law that was enforced by the people who do know you are a real Jew. So cool. You don't want to get me off. You should be worried about that. You should be worried about what's going to happen to you for not giving me off. Go ahead.
Is that why Christ is make the oppressor deal with what since he didn't give me off this Sabbath, but I'll have off the next one?
He's trying. So do you got off every other Sabbath?
No, it's because it's because in metaphorically, damn Esau, excuse my language, like damn Esau didn't want to give me off this Sabbath, so I had to work until Sunday.
And he wanted to give you off that.
But then my Israel boss, he's from Judah, but he said he'll fix it so that I can have off because he understands.
Yeah, so that's cool. Just deal with it. Whatever comes with it, just like I said, just deal with it. He don't that heathen boss don't know you who the 12 tribes of Israel is. He's following company policy. He's an idiot. The people is 666 people that run this earth. The Bible say they know who you are, and they pass certain laws to make sure that certain things don't pass. Like this Nick Cannon or the Kanye West and Kyrie stuff. This is stuff that's being passed down by the 666 people that run this earth. It's passing down, and it's getting down. They can't have that happening. Go ahead.
Is that why you saw wants us to kill each other and stuff? You know, they knew that that's what they gave us?
That's exactly why. Because it's not lawful for us to profane we a Jew or to keep the law. So in order for them to stay in rulership and to be on top, you know what is best to do? Matter of fact, play this clip. This is the perfect answer to that. Play this clip in the car. This was in a movie. They put stuff in movies that's actually subliminal and that's real.
For you conservatives make a mistake. You can't afford to strangle people. People become dangerous.
No, Howard. You liberals.
Pause.
Invade our society. You give them jobs. Political jobs.
Oh, you missed it.
He said you can't afford to put hope into people. When you put hope into them, they become dangerous. So he's saying you cannot give black people hope because once they got hope, they become dangerous. So the other guy is disagreeing with him, or he's giving him an example. So he's like, yo, look, we can't afford to get them hope. If they get hope, they get dangerous. If they get hope that it's a way out, that it's a wrap for us. The last thing you need to do is give a bunch of niggas hope. You want to know why? Because, yo, like think about it like this. What they say about crackheads, they say crackheads are strong. Crackheads will do anything. You will see, I seen a video where a brother that was on drugs was riding a bike with a couch on his back. No BS. He was riding a bike with a couch on his back. I done seen brothers ride bikes with pedal bikes with refrigerators. I done seen them fall from 3-4 foot buildings and get up like it was nothing. In the car, you was gonna say something?
Yeah, I fought a crackhead when I was a young boy. It's still on the internet, and like I like, all right. So I dropped him right. Now only had grabbed my ankles. He just went. Whoop. I went on the ground.
Listen.
I had to regroup myself. I was like, hold on. You know, I ain't going.
Because no matter what state we're in, when you give us hope, it's dangerous. It is dangerous to give brother hope, no matter whatever state he in. Because look at a lot of the entrepreneurs that we have that's black. They have such a horrible story about an upbringing that seemed damn near impossible to get out of. Just look at the entrepreneurs we have and look at their upbringing. And then you look at Donald Trump. Donald Trump got a loan from his dad, $1 million loan at 18. He don't know what sugar sandwiches and noodles and hot dogs is like. Like they don't know, they don't understand that. You can't get these niggas hope. Go ahead. You was gonna say something?
Yeah, is that also why some Esau teachers tell us that that's why we will never amount to shit? So like,
no, that's exactly why they tell us that.
Or say
because,
we're not gonna be nothing.
Yeah, because they're looking at us as another statistic, not knowing you can't give somebody like that hope. You want to know why? Because as stuff start to go bad, you start to think, damn, my teacher was right. And then you see a little crack that happened that shines some light through. You cannot give the children of Israel any kind of hope. When you give us hope, you have the kingdom of heaven. So real quick, hold your point. We're going to finish this off. Go ahead in the car.
I'm going to start at the top, so it's only a minute.
Okay.
It's you liberals who have lifted them up, Howard.
For you conservatives make a mistake. You can't afford to strangle hope in people. Without hope, people will become dangerous.
No, Howard. You liberals have let them invade our society. You give them jobs, political jobs.
Oh, you missed the point. Only the smart ones we move up.
That makes it even worse.
No, we have to move them up. If we leave a smart one in the ghetto, he might develop into a leader against us. But if we raise him up,
Pause.
twice the size,
Did y'all hear what he just said? Run that back. Run it back about 10 seconds. The car's lock you. They gotta hear this. They gotta hear this.
Political job.
oh, you missed the point.
Run it back like 5 more seconds.
Smart ones we move up.
That makes it even worse.
We have to open people. Without hope, people become dangerous.
No, Howard. You liberals have let them invade our society. You give them jobs, political jobs.
Oh, you missed the point. Only the smart ones we move up.
That makes it even worse.
No, we have to move them up. If we leave a smart one in the ghetto, he might develop into a leader against us. But if we raise him up into white society,
Pause.
he feels compelled.
Pause. He said, we can't afford to give them hope. If we give them hope, they become dangerous. He said, no, you liberals are the problem. You keep giving them jobs. He said, no, you're missing the point. Only the smart ones we move up because we can't leave them in the ghetto. Because if we leave them in the ghetto, they will turn into a leader who would just work against us. So meaning what? Listen, you looking at it like, you know, y'all giving them jobs. That's an issue. We're looking at it like, no, we're only giving them jobs because we can't afford to let this nigga stay in the ghetto. He's going to show them a way that's going to wake them up, and then he's going to work against us. Once these niggas have hope that his way works, they no longer need us. So what do we got to do? We got to raise them up. And here's also why they got to raise them up. Hold your point real quick. Let's continue, Nakar. He about to also tell you why he got to raise them up. So they won't work against them, and it's something else.
He loses his identity and his racial anger. If he has, he becomes alien to his brothers. They realize he sold them out, and they grow to hate him. He becomes worthless to them. And second,
Pause.
no, thank you. In fact, his love of speech except for his color.
Pause. He just said, we raise him up, right? He's the smart one. So they take him out the ghetto. They give him a job, right?
Alien to his brothers.
They give him the life that he never had, the life he always wanted. You know what they realize about him? He's not going to want to lose his life. So in order to not lose this life, guess what he got to do? Anything it takes. So guess what? When certain things happen, they use him. They say, hey, look, they're out there rioting. They're only going to listen to you. Here's what we're going to do. You got to go out there and say something that's going to calm them down, even if it makes them mad. Even if they felt like you sold out, you have to go out there and say something. They're rioting in every city. Now, that brother that they're telling it to might feel like, yo, I can't do that. They're going to turn against me. One thing they know, cool, don't do it. We're going to say something or do something about you. You're going to end back up in the hood with them. They already hate you. Why they already hate you? Because you done spoke on a few situations that you wasn't supposed to speak on and go against the black community. So they're going to feel like you sold out, and they're going to grow to hate you. If you decide to turn back now, we're going to put you in a position where you lose everything, and you got to go back to that same neighborhood of the people that hate you because they felt like you sold them out. So what do that do with the brother? Private jets, he getting flown everywhere. Vacations every day of his life. He been to places that people don't even know who he is there. He just, all he knows is people with money is there. He want to lose that for what? To go back in the hood where he probably die in 2 days? So you know what? Okay, I am going to say whatever the hell y'all want me to say. Creflo Dollar, all them Christian leaders, that's not because that's what's in their heart and that's what they want to say. Jay-Z, when he came out and spoke against Kaepernick, that's not what he wanted to do. He come from Marcy Projects in New York City. That's not what he wanted to do. But he did it. Why? So they don't put him in a position where he got to go back around these niggas who he could have gave job to and could have uplifted and did all this stuff for, but he didn't. Go around them for what? To die? Nah, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to say, we got to move past this Colin Kaepernick issue. Go ahead. You got your hand up?
Is that why a lot of our brothers and sisters gotta stop supporting these businesses and make money off our culture and our stuff?
Yeah, and we gotta keep the money in our community. Because man, that's one thing they understand. Let's keep going, the car.
Racial anger, like they had. He becomes alien to his brothers. They realize he sold them out and they grow to hate him. He becomes worthless to them and safe for us. No, thank you. In fact, in his love for the creature comforts, except for his color, he's become one of us.
If I could, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I was bringing out. I brought out this, like a couple months ago about Willie Lynch letter and how like Willie Lynch, strategically set up systematic oppression so that us as black people can be on the plantation and be weak by psychological warfare, right? And that's what you just played. You know what I'm saying? Like it was so crazy that it was saying this is from a black man. The black man is serving them at the table. This black man hearing them having this conversation, and they're like this. Oh, there you go. And guess what? The Jewish man, he's the one that signed this off because they're the ones that own Hollywood. So they seen this, but this wasn't anti-Semitic. This was fine.
This was cool. And you want to know why the black man was serving them, hearing them talking, not caring? Because they're not beating him in that house. He's eating the finest foods. He got the best job. He's sleeping in a comfortable bed. He got a blanket. More than likely, they send some whore in there to have sex with him every now and then. He's drinking the finest liquor. He's listening to the best music. You know what he understand? He can't afford to go back out there in that field with them niggas. They're going to kill him. He sold them out. They know him being in that house, he's a goddamn sellout. We don't mess with them house niggas. We burn a crib down. He know that about them.
Right. That's right.
He know that about them. He know he stepped foot out in that field, he is going to die. He done sold a lot of them out. He done told. So he's serving a food. More than likely, he's eating that same food at a different table. What in the hell is he going to give a damn about what they talking about when he know? Go ahead.
Is that why you read that verse directly because of certain things that was going on back then?
Mm-hmm.
And to now?
Mm-hmm.
Because that really spoke to me when you said that's we don't fuck with the house.
We burn a crib down. All that, listen, all that, it has a meaning. And that's why people like him would serve food to a bunch of Edomites or so-called oppressors who's having a conversation about how to keep the black population down. And he's just acting like it's not going on. Who the hell he going to go tell? Them field niggas? Why? He can't talk to them. They feel like, yo, he sold us out. You come out there and be like, look, I got to tell y'all something. They're going to kill you. And guess what? The master not going to care. He's just going to find another house nigga to take your place. Go ahead.
Kind of happens like when we get fired or like quit our jobs, maybe places where we get injured or something like that.
Yeah, listen, when
I just wanted to ask that.
yeah, we're the first fired and we're the first fired, last hired. You want to know why? Because there's a million black people like you applying for this job. That's why they set up jobs like that in the hood, where we look at it like, yo, this is a good job. But they got it here because once they dump you and get rid of you, they're going to move on to the next nigga who need his bills paid that live up the street. Go ahead, Nakar.
Got a question in the room. It said, what is considered the mark of the beast in today's time?
Mark of the beast in today's time is the same thing as the mark of the beast in biblical times.
Want to read the scripture, sir?
Yeah, let's go into it. Mark of the beast in today's time is the same thing as the mark of the beast in biblical time. The Most High said, I change not. The mark of the beast back then is the same thing as the mark of the beast today. That's all. Mark of the beast, not a microchip.
Let me start from verse 13.
Yep.
All right. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 13, verse 14. And deceiving them that dwell on earth by the means
Go one verse up.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven.
Read one more verse. Let me see what that says.
Start from verse 10. That's the best one.
Yeah, let's start from verse 10. Yep.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
If you lead into captivity, you shall go into captivity. If you lead a people into captivity, which is slavery, you shall go into slavery. This is a prophecy. Read.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Live by the gun, die by the gun. We all know that saying. That comes from the Bible. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Nakar?
If I could, sir, a lot of people, they believe that killing and murdering is the same thing.
Could you hit me over some more ginger ale, Bubba Shaw? Killing and murdering is not the same thing. Killing is lawful. Murdering is unlawful. Killing is something that happened in self-defense. Go ahead.
How is they two different things?
I'm gonna explain it right now. Most on track. Yeah, I just killed that bottle of ginger ale. That's lawful. I can kill a bottle of 1942. Nah, I'm joking. But listen, killing is what happened is self-defense or it's justifiable. So, meaning someone says something or does something, and by the law, you can defend yourself and you can kill them. Right? Like for an example, we kill roaches and mice. We kill them. It's justifiable. You eating up all my goddamn bread. You dropping on me while I'm asleep. I'm going to bomb this place out and get rid of you. So if I'm walking down the street somewhere and somebody decides to rob me, and I get the upper hand on them, and I take their firearm and we tussling for it, and I take the firearm and I shoot them, it was justifiable. If he pulled the gun on me and he pulled the trigger and it jams, and I go for it and take the gun from him, and I pull the trigger and it works, that's justifiable. Yeah, I killed him. Yeah, Most High Christ, I killed him. If I'm walking down the street, somebody come out of nowhere and shoot at me, the bullets dip and dodge me, and I draw my firearm and I fire back and I happen to hit him. That was justifiable. But if I tell you put your hands up and then you ain't got no money and I kill you because you ain't got no money, that's murder. Murder is unlawful. Killing is lawful. We kill animals to eat them. That's lawful. I mean, people in our house to try to harm us. We kill anyone who tries to harm us, and we kill anyone who tries to take our life. But if I'm arguing with somebody and I shoot him because he stepped on my sneaker, that's murder. Go ahead, Nicole.
If I could, sir, because a lot of people, like when they go by the Ten Commandments, right? People would see thou shalt not kill, but in Hebrew, that's like, because we know like some of the translation was kind of off in King James.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people, when they think about the Ten Commandments, thou shalt not kill. But what you just broke down was thou shalt not murder.
You shouldn't murder. That's all. You shouldn't murder. Like Christ was murdered. Oh, son, Christ, the water. Christ was murdered. You know, you can't do that. Killing is justifiable. You have a justifiable reason on why you did it. Murdering is you went to do something unlawful and panic, and you just decide to go through with it. Go ahead.
Is that why most young brothers and sisters are lost when they set each other up and kill each other?
Yeah, they don't know nothing. It's just murder. So let's read on.
Khan. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
Yep, read on.
Khan. If I could, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, what's so heavy with that scripture right there? Because it's like, this is the Lord letting us know, like, y'all gonna get y'all justice. You know what I mean? Like, our blood cries up to the Lord till this day. From the times of the Babylonians, the times of the Greeks, the times of the Romans, the times that we was in Africa and having to deal with the Africans, and and all the way into the Americas, wherever we dwell at. You know what I'm saying? Like, our blood still cry out to the Lord. So it's like right here it's so heavy because it's like, man, just be patient. You know what I mean? Endure to the end. Because eventually, man, those that lead us into captivity shall go into captivity. And those that murdered us, they're going to feel their blood is going to be spilled because they want to live by the sword. So, like, I just said that was heavy.
Yep, Most High in Christ. Let's read on.
Khan. All right, this is verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming out of earth. And he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
You see another beast that come out. He had two horns like a lamb, but he speak as a dragon. What do that mean? He had two horns like a lamb.
This is like the white man always been like defined as like throughout history as a goat.
So, but what do the horns? Two horns like a lamb. What do that mean? But he speak as a dragon. It's a reason they saying he had horns like a lamb, but he speak like a dragon. So
it's just giving that metaphor, like this person is like a wolf in sheep clothing, like he is a snake.
Yeah.
Can you trust him?
Horns like a lamb. If you ever see a lamb's horn, they small. They probably like this big. It ain't no threat. Like, he can't hurt me with them little ass horns. Go ahead.
Is that why we refer to Esau as the devil so much?
As far as what?
Like saying that he got horns, but when it comes to him being a snake, he does do snake stuff.
Yeah, so meaning like this, what they're describing is someone who seem harmless, and they really are. That's why I say he had horns like a lamb. I mean, they were so small, you don't think it could hurt you. But when he talked, he speak like a dragon. When a dragon talk, it spit fire. You wouldn't want a dragon talking around you. It's hot. Yeah. Don't bring him around. He's going to destroy everything. So that's what it means. Like, he look harmless, but he's very dangerous. Read on.
Verse 12. And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him.
He exercised all the power of the first beast before him. Meaning what? Your car?
That, like, pretty much he's still, like, he's just like any other beast that had power on the earth. Like,
What does it mean when it say he exercises the power of the beast before him?
like basically, would this be considering like the empires that white people had from like the Greeks and Romans?
So tie it in. So this beast exercised the power of the beast before him. Meaning what?
So is it talking about his ancestors, Esau? Like how the Edomite
You got
nations
to tie it in. So what is this beast exercising the power of the first beast before him? Meaning what?
like basically like he's being the same deceiver, being the same
How?
evil master.
How?
Like, okay, first off, he's a liar. He's a
So
thief.
so when it says exercise the powers before him, let's bring that home. So meaning this, right? America follows after who?
All right, is this referring to the little horn?
Yeah, this is the little horn.
Yeah,
No, the little horn.
was America.
Yeah.
It's America.
So who is the little horn trying to? Who is the little horn exercising its power to be like?
Yeah, it's like ancient Rome and ancient Egypt.
Like how?
Well, basically, like you look at the structure of the white establishment, like how they like their whole infrastructure. That's why we see a bunch of Roman resemblance, a bunch of Roman.
And what's the number one thing that they do? Like
when they rape and murder.
Or like this, like for an example, right? You can get married in how many states now in America?
I think you can get married in all
In all of them, right? Where did they get that from?
Where they get it from?
Yeah.
Was it the Greeks?
Yeah. Them passing the law to be married in all 52 states or 52. Yeah, it's nothing new. This is what happened in Greece and Rome, all those empires, Babylonian. They're exercising the powers. Like at one point in America, you couldn't be the same sex and go get a marriage license. But you could in Rome and Greece and Babylon and all that. And guess what? America, you can be in any state and go get it. America is exercising the power of the beast that came before them. Meaning they're doing everything that the beast before them did. Same-sex marriage. You just name it. Yeah. Homosexuality is totally fine. You get penalized if you speak against it. Sex is not marriage. You have to get a certificate. Orgies. All that is totally fine. If you and your partner consent to an orgy, that's totally fine. You can't get a divorce off of that. That's what they are practicing. They're practicing what the first beast before them did, and they're just doing it. Read on.
All right. And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose daily womb was his.
Man, what they do is they cause the earth to worship the first beast. How they cause the earth to worship the first beast? At one point in time, in certain countries, and some of them Islamic countries, you cannot be a homosexual or they will kill you because they going off of their laws. Right. They can't even do that no more. Why? Because America would swoop in and stop it. They would kill you for stoning someone for being a homosexual. If you like the same sex in another country, all they got to do is hit the internet and go viral. America is going to swoop in and stop it. So now guess what? Those same Islamic countries, you can be a homosexual. You can do whatever. You can do whatever. So let's read on. Yeah, go ahead.
They even doing that in Israel. They like the Israelis, the Jewish people. Jewish people, right? They, of course, they try to hide they homosexuality in the closet, but now because this whole liberation movement is going so fast because of how the devil is operating now, gay Israelis, they like, yo, we want some representation in Israel. And it's so sad that we got to say that because, Israel, you'll get put to death, at one point in time to be a homosexual. So it's like, this beast is for sure flourishing the world with his evil and his lies, man. We as Israelites, we have to see the finesse. We got to see the lies. We got to see the hypocrisy, and we got to, definitely tap in with the Lord. Like,
Yep, go ahead. You had your hand up too, bro?
Yeah. So I know that I know it's unlawful to be to do that, but how can they doing that now and thinking it's okay, knowing that they don't play that though? In like certain countries and stuff.
Oh, say that again. Repeat
I
that.
said, how come it's unlawful for us to do that, to be homosexual, but how come in like other countries like that now it's okay, even though the dang Muslims say that's not good to do that?
No, it ain't unlawful for us for Israel to be homosexual in America. Hell no. They can go get married. You ever seen what happens to people who speak on homosexuality in America? Ask the baby. The baby, the rapper? Y'all seeing? Listen, let me tell y'all something. People don't even realize this, right? The baby just put up a show. He had a show. And his tickets was buy one, get one free. He's been talking about how he's been blackballed, right? His music stream's been down. Everything been so down. Why do you think that is?
Because it's politics.
Nope.
because he spoke out against the machine.
He spoke out against homosexuality a few months back. And ever since then, his career been downhill. You can't speak against the homosexuals in America. If you do, you will pay. You can't speak on being a homo, you can't speak on liking the same sex. You can't speak on being a Jew in America. Or your career is downhill from there. So it's, in other countries, they don't want to accept it, but they have to, or America's going to come in and enforce it. People don't want to accept being liking the same sex in America, but they have to, or will be enforced. At one point in time, I thought a hate crime meant someone that's not of black descent calling me a nigger. To me, that's a hate crime. If a so-called white person called me a nigger, that's a hate crime. Nah, that's not a hate crime. What's a hate crime is calling someone of the LGBTQ community, elemental P, HIJK community, calling them what they are. It's almost like they want you to address them, even though they like the same sex and using them terms, they want you to address them in a fancy way. Like, don't call me that, it sounds bad. Nah, that's hate speech. Hate speech is calling someone who like the same sex, someone who like the same sex. They take offense to that. That's hate speech. Go ahead.
Oh, so it's okay to call it. So it's wrong for us to call them whatever we call them, out of line terms. But it's okay for the oppressor to call us the N-word or spit like that. Come on.
It is very okay because we're in America. Let's read on the car.
All right. Boom, boom, boom. Verse 13, and he doeth great wonders, so that he make a fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men.
He do great wonders, so he make fire come down from heaven in the sight of men. Meaning what? How do he make fire come down from heaven in the sight of men? Go ahead in the car.
So basically, I'm trying to make this say it's the best way. It's like basically, is it about war?
Definitely.
Yeah, like being able to build aircrafts, being able to, now fight in the air. You know what I mean? With
So how he made
F-15s, F-16s.
right. Yep.
You know what I mean? Being able to show that power. But it wasn't back from like the early 1900s when we was able to see, airplanes and, in I think it was the 60s when we went up, when black women helped NASA get the damn shuttle to the moon.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what it means. It means he rained fire from heaven. Can you imagine when they make the first airplane? 1919?
Yeah, it was like early 1900s.
Can you imagine? Yeah, going to war with people and you see something fly over you and it drops something that gets rid of half of the population in your city. I am not fighting against that. I need to find, that's God. Whatever they believe in, I believe in. Why? I need to stay alive. Read on.
If I could say real quick,
Mm-hmm.
like if it does, like think about it, like the atomic bomb. When Japan bombed Pearl Harbor, so like what was his name? Einstein said, "I got something for you." The devil in the lab said, "Look, I got an A bomb for you." You drop that atomic bomb on them. They said, Hiroshima, you can still see the shadows of the people right before they die because that atomic bomb was so powerful. It took a photographic picture.
Yeah, that's a fact. That is a fact.
They had a little Asian baby crossing the street.
Yeah, I think it was a picture of a little girl jumping rope, and you could still see the imprint of her on the wall.
That was after they got eliminated from you.
Say it again.
After they got hit with the atomic bomb, right?
Yeah, it was the impact from the bomb. It left the imprint of the people who was outside when it happened. Hey, Shalom, y'all about to sir. What's going on?
Wait, man, what's going on?
Well, Most High Christ. Shalak, you went to class?
No.
Okay, kind of a gun. So let's read on. Let's read on. You talking about I went to class. And the car crazy.
Verse 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had made power to do in the sight of the beast.
Can you imagine never seeing anything fly but a bird?
Right.
And then you go to war with someone and you see this big ass, you're like, yo, that's a dragon. That thing spit fire. And then it drops something. It's going to make you want to worship with, whoever just did that, I need to stay alive. So whatever they believe in, I got to believe in that. Whatever they want to do. Listen, we thought we had this. He just flew over and dropped something down. Boom. I just watched my grandmom, grandpa, everybody just get wiped clean. I need to believe in whatever the hell he's talking about because obviously they have the power. You ain't flying, sir. You ain't flying stuff. You on the ground with me. You ducking for cover with me. You know what's going to happen after they fly over and they rain fire down from the sky? When they look at your village or your city that's destroyed, right? You ain't going to do? They're going to come in front of a building that's just a bunch of gravel and it's just destroyed and it's rocks. And they're going to have some guy in a suit who look rich come and talk to y'all. hey, if there's a way out, this is all you got to do. Okay, tell me what I got to do. The reason we won is because the God I worship. That's a miracle in the people eyes that's on the ground. The people that's on the ground, that's a miracle. Go ahead.
Is that like how America won the war versus Japan?
Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about. So the people that's on the ground, what they seeing is people that they're going at it with above them, flying, and they raining fire down from the heavens. Oh, I'm about to deceive you and say, hey, the reason this was allowed to happen was because of the miracles that God placed in front of me. So what is that going to tell to a whole village? Oh, we need to find out what God he worshiped so this don't happen to us. I got kids that I need to take care of. I can't afford to lose them. You're going to deceive them. Read on the car.
Come. And deceive them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image of the beast.
Now, he's saying to the people that's on the earth who he just flew over and bombed, you should make an image of the beast. Drop down to the mark of the beast scripture. That talk about the forehead and the hand.
Okay, verse 16. And he caused them all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
He caused small and great, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or their foreheads. This is not talking about no microchip. Listen, sidebar, for the love of me, when people say the mark of the beast is a microchip, because this microchip can tell them everything they need to know about you, it really burns me up. Because why do you think they need a microchip to tell you everything they need to know about you? When your Instagram tell them, your Facebook tell them, your social security number tell them, your goddamn slave name tell them. What in the hell they need a microchip to keep up? First of all, they're not even trying to make enough medicine to take care of you. You really think they're going to create something that I just seen something today where it said that the human population now reach 8 billion. You really think they're going to create 8 billion of something to force people to believe in what they believe in when you already doing it? You really think there is already a shortage on goddamn medicine? You really think they're going to create 8 billion of something to get you to believe in something when they already got you to believe in it anyway? What in the hell they need a microchip to force you to believe in anything when you believe in what they want you to believe in anyway? You believe in Islam, you believe in Christianity, you believe in atheism, you believe in Buddhism. What in the hell, why would taking a microchip mean, hey, I believe in what they believe in? What, okay, the 666 people that run this earth, what in the hell do you think they believe in?
Esau's way of life.
They believe in Christianity.
Oh, yeah.
If the 666 people that run this earth believe in Christianity, why in the hell they need a microchip to get you to believe in Christianity when you already go to church every Sunday? Hold your point. You go to church every Sunday. What in the hell they need you to believe in Christianity when you already do? Come on, let's be real. Read on the car.
Okay.
Small and great.
No. Slide. So my phone, I was texting Cat back. All right, and he calls them all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, and to receive a mark in their right hand and foreheads.
In their forehead. Read on.
Kankara. This is the one right here. and that no man might buy or sell.
No man, oh my God.
Right, that's why I said this is part right here.
That's another one that burns me up. Without Most High Christ, without the mark of the beast, you can't buy yourself. So you think without this microchip, you can't go to the corner store and get what? A hoagie? A chopped cheese? A cheesesteak? Without this microchip? Without this microchip, you can't buy yourself. Listen, half of y'all can't kick a cigarette addiction. You want me to believe you're going to die over taking a microchip. Let's say if this microchip theory was true. When they say, hey, you got to take this microchip or go into a detention camp or die. You got to take this microchip, which means you worship Satan. If not, you're going to die. You really want me to believe you're going to die when the cigarette pack that you smoking saying you're going to die. The whore you're sleeping with is you're going to die. You can't kick a cigarette habit, but you're going to fight for God over the mark of the beast. Nigga, you're going to have the chip in your hand. You're going to have the chip in your hand, your right hand, your left hand, your forehead, your feet, your knees, your ankle. You're going to have it everywhere possible. So if you lose one, you got another one. You're not going to fight against the mark of the beast if it was a microchip. Stop it. The microchip being in your goddamn hand or your forehead doesn't mean you can't buy yourself without it. When it said you can't buy yourself, what is it talking about? In the car?
Commerce. I got a precept.
You got precept. Let's read it. It is definitely talking about commerce. And let's read the precept.
All right. This is Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that done in the midst thereof. Set
a mark upon the forehead of all the men that sigh and that cry against all abomination that's done in the midst of the city. Read on.
And unto the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity.
Listen, whoever they had that mark in their head died. What is that mark?
Is it the marking of Esau, something like that?
Nope. This is a different mark. Go ahead.
This mark was the angels, right? Being told to put the mark on those that. Now, question.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the part about the angels? I know it was one part that was talking about angels, and I think this is the other one where is this the one where it explains how like the angels was told to give the mark to the people, and whoever didn't have the mark, that they was like they had the mark of the devil.
Let's read it. Yeah, let's read it. Let's read it one more time.
Come. And to others he said, in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity.
Whoever didn't have that mark had to die. What was the mark?
Righteousness.
Yeah, the laws of the Most High. That's all. That's all it is. If you didn't keep the laws of the Most High, you died. An angel came through the city, and whoever didn't have that mark in their head, meaning whoever wasn't righteous, died. That's the mark in the head. Read on. Well, let's go back to Revelation. Or it was a little bit more. Let's read on then. All right. Christ.
It says, slay utterly old and young.
I don't care if they old or young. Slay them. Read.
Both maids and little children and women.
It don't matter their position. Women, maids, kill them all. Read.
But come not near any man upon whom is the mark.
Whoever keeps the laws of the Most High, don't even come near them. don't even come near anyone who keep the laws of the Most High. Go to the people who don't. That's all a mark is. Anyone who didn't keep the laws of the Most High, don't come near them.
Right.
How do we know the mark in their head means to keep the laws of the Most High? Paraphrasing, keep the laws in your inward parts, and in thy heart, keep the laws of the Most High with all thy heart, and all thy mind, and all thy body, and thy inward parts. If this law is not a part of you, you died. If this law is a part of you, don't even go near him. He keep the law. What in the hell are you even checking for? Skip over him and go to the next person. The card?
Next part, get rid of it.
Yeah, let's read that. Most High Christ.
It said, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary.
That's the mark of the beast in the head. Let's go back to Revelation.
Go. All right. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 13, and verse 14. And deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had. Salakia, we want to pass that one. What is that? Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Who didn't have the mark, the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Let's read that one more time. Let's dissect that real quick.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell.
Yep. We went over that.
Come.
It's not talking about buying and selling at Walmart or your local store. Nah, you ain't gonna be able to do business in this kingdom. Perfect example, Nick Cannon. They canceled his whole goddamn show unless he apologized. Read on.
If I could, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just like we've been talking about commerce as well. Like Jamaica have issues with commerce because they get a lot of sanctions and they get taxed a lot for their imports. Who else? Haiti. Haiti can produce and sell their products that they're able to grow on their land because of their independence from the white man. There's many other countries that have issues with imports and export because they don't confine to the beast. So, like you said, the Cannon, you have Kanye West right now, Kyrie Irving, because they're not conforming to the beast. You know, they're pulling away from the beast. Now the beast is like, hold on now. You know, you supposed to serve me, nigga. You know what I mean? Who the hell you think you is? You know what? Now I'm gonna cut your water off. Now you want I'm gonna mess with your pockets. Now you was getting all those millions of dollars every year. Now that's gonna cut down 50%.
Yeah, probably lower. Let's read on. Is there any more questions besides this?
Live, sir.
All right, let's read on.
All right, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark.
The one that got the mark, he's making these rules. Read on.
Come. Or the name of the beast. Or the number of his name.
Number of his name, which is 666. Read on.
Here is the wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast. For it is the number of a man. And his number 636.
Which is so the number of the beast, meaning it's 666 men that's running this earth. That's where 666 comes from. That's how much men that's in charge. And we read over the hand part, right? Yeah, the hand means the mark in your forehead, meaning following after the philosophy and the doctrine. Hand means when you go kill for the beast. In today's time, joining their police officers, their army, doing anything to fight for America to keep it alive and keep it running. When you're willing to kill and go to war, that's taking on the mark of the beast. The precepts would be blood on thy hands, caught red-handed, stuff like that. When you kill for this beast, the reason why I use right hand is because the common person is right-handed. That's all. Me, I'm left-handed. You know, that's another story. But I'm left-handed. The average person is right-handed. That's the hand that they fight with, that they kill with, that they do everything with. So you got the mark in your right hand because you kill. You got the mark in your forehead because you believe in their philosophy. So the mark in your forehead is believing in their philosophy, which is why we went over Ezekiel. The mark in your hand is killing for the beast. It's precepts and Proverbs that talk about it and everything we could go into if we got time today or next week if someone bring it up to remind me. But go ahead.
Is that one over there in the front of this? We got that little book, the 66 on it?
Yeah, on the forehead of Caesar Borgia. Yeah, that's exactly why. Because 666 just lets you know that's the mark of the beast. People, that's the number of people that's running this earth, and that's the menace in charge that's evil. But is there any questions online?
Yeah, if I could say.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like it's crazy because like in my slave, you know, I'm dealing with a lot of people, apartment buildings. So I go inside this woman's house. She's an elderly woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's a sister. Now, you know, she's an older sister, so you know, a lot of older black women, when they went to church, they believe that Christ is white. So when I go inside of her house, all you see is white Jesus everywhere. And that's messed up because that image was given to her by the beast. So her whole life, she went to college, became a teacher, she's retired. Well, all that information, she learned, like, you learn English, right? So you should be able to break down scriptures, and she looks very religious. Still, because of the beast's influence on the world, there's still a white Jesus in apartment building. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just think that's crazy because a lot of us don't know that is the mark of the beast.
Right.
Because that's the image of the beast. The image of the beast is the white man. And, you know, everybody talk about the Illuminati and the elites and all that. Well, that's what the Lord was explaining to us right here. Like, it's a certain elite of white people that runs the world. And we better have some wisdom and understanding that everything gained with with the devil, with this beast, makes it appear to be. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now, which is a fact. Is there any more questions online? Any questions in the room? With that, pass the class off to precinct officer in the car.